Good afternoon, church. God is good.
All the time.
And all the time.
God is good, and that is his nature.
Uta, Muigai times 2, Gina, and all of you.
Former President Uhuru Kenyatta recently delivered a speech that took the nation by surprise. His words were directed at the future of Kenya, the youth, the young generation of Gen Z who are shaping the country's future today. But the speech was more than just an inspiration address. It came with a bold call to action.
Watu siku hizi, everybody sijui mumeogopeshwa, sijui even you Gina, naona rudi uingie hii majenzi, nyinyi ndio the story of the future. Fight for your rights bwana. Sio kukakaa hapo wakaa hapo mambo mali yenu ichukuliwe na nini, mumeitolea jasho. Msikubali, pambaneni, muhakikishe mumepata haki yenu. Mnasikia nyinyi? Sio kukaa hapo tu.
In his historic speech, Uhuru urged the youth of Kenya not to back down in their fight against bad governance. He made it clear that they should stand firm despite any opposition or intimidation. He emphasized that they have the right to demand good governance, a right that should never be compromised. Uhuru's call was not just a speech, it was a challenge to the youth of this nation. He reminded them that they must be vigilant in their pursuit of better leadership and integrity. The fight for justice and good governance, he said, must be a continuous one, no matter the resistance they face.
But everything is worth a fight for. If you don't fight for it, ikienda mtu asilie. Musimame mupiganie haki yenu. Na mko na hawa watoto wamebaki ambao wako tayari kupigania haki yao. Waungane pamoja nanyi. Can't just stand there and let people take your hard-earned sweat. Dunia iendi namna hiyo. Muwe watu ambao hawataogopa, wataishi kama my friend. Ameenda detention, si alitoka na akaendelea na maisha.
At the heart of his speech is a message of empowerment. Uhuru urged Kenya's Gen Z not to be intimidated. They should continue to voice their concerns, take a stand for what is right, and work together for a future free from corruption and mismanagement. His call was simple, yet profound. I quote, "Stand firm, speak out, and never stop fighting for what is right." End of the quote. For the youth of Kenya, this speech is a reminder of their power in shaping the future. They are not just passive recipients of government's decisions, they are active participants in the direction the country takes. Uhuru's words echo the importance of their involvement in political and social matters, encouraging them to build a nation of integrity and accountability.
Sasa ni sisi tutulie sisi. Ninyi ndio mko na nguvu ya kupambana na hii watu. But we are behind you. Muendelee namna hii.
Uhuru's words have also raised questions about the state of governance in Kenya. After his tenure, many expected a smoother transition of power, but his speech suggests that, in his view, the challenges of governance are far from over. He may be signaling to the youth to stay alert and demand accountability, even from the current leadership. But, as with all great speeches, there are differing views. Some see Uhuru's speech as a call for unity and a shared commitment to a better Kenya. Others view it with suspicion, questioning the timing and intent behind such powerful words. Is it a plea for support, or is there something more to this message? Something that could shake the very foundations of current leadership? Some Kenyans are in full support of Uhuru's message, applauding his courage in speaking up for the right of the youth. Others, however, have raised eyebrows. Why would Uhuru, who was once the head of the government, now take such a stance against bad governance? Is it genuine concern for the people, or could there be a deeper political motivations?
Former President Uhuru come out and say that Kenyans need to rise up and fight for their rights and oppose any. I don't know what he meant really, whatever he meant Kenyans to fight against. I don't know what he really meant, because he's one person who never accommodated such fights. You remember he arrested bloggers the most. A good number of the bloggers are still missing because we believe that Uhuru Kenyatta as president kidnapped and killed a good number of them. During President Uhuru Kenyatta's reign, many Kenyans who were actively opposing him either through the mosques or through any other activism online and offline were killed and butchered and dumped in
One
rivers.
thing is certain, Uhuru's speech has ignited a fire. Whether it was to inspire, challenge, or simply warn the youth, his words have made waves across the nation. In the coming weeks and months, it will be fascinating to see how these words will resonate with the young people across Kenya and whether they will find the strength to push forward in their fight for justice. The question remains, will Kenyans Gen Z rise to the occasion? Will they heed the former president's call? Or will the nation continue to wrestle with its own challenges of governance? The future of Kenya may very well lie in the hands of the youth and in their ability to create a future that truly reflects the value of justice, transparency, and leadership that every Kenyan deserves. As Uhuru Kenyatta has reminded us, the fight for good governance is not just a battle for the moment, it's a fight for the future. And it's a fight that Kenya's youth cannot afford to ignore.